collaboration. Now you see I am sitting somewhere in a remote location. You are sitting in another place. Let's say you are a developer, you work on the front end. You're a full stack front end developer. Another person is a back end developer. Now, when you talk of full stack does everything, okay? But don't worry, this guy is a back end developer. He is responsible for writing most of those scripts. Another one maybe is a database administrator, DBA. These three developers are actually working on a project. Now, what happens? Think of this project as this box. So this box now, this person says, I need a copy of the box. So let me use a different color now. This front-end developer takes a copy of this box. Now he finishes the work. Please listen. He pushes it. Maybe while he's working, actually, he has taken a copy. Copy one is here. Now, the back-end developer says, oh, I need this actually, guys. I need it. He now requests for it at the same time. He takes another chunk of this. He has another copy too. Now, this DBA guy says, oh, what is it exactly? I also need to create my database schema. I need this chunk. He takes another one. There are 3 copies now. You see the problem here. If this guy pushes it now, we talk of shared repository. Shared repository now is a resource which is being shared amongst all these 3. No problem. That resource can be a piece of code which every of them should write and commit to. Now, watch here. This person now has done a work. The front-end developer has done something. Okay? He's done something. So he pushes back to this. This guy has done. This one has done. And again, this is one way. He now requests for it. So when this guy uploads something else, now the copies are being distributed. That's why many times you see the developers, they have almost 10 copies. So you have version 1. This version 1 might not be the recent version, version 2, up to version what? N. Because of this, the owner of the person who created Linux, his name is Linus Torvalds, whatever, I can't pronounce it properly, said, I want to kind of manage this such that, please listen, at each time you request for this resource, you get the most recent. Now you've seen the problem and you've seen the solution. You get the most recent copy. And this most recent copy will be what? Available to all the developers. Okay? Don't worry, you understand this practically, right? Now, some brief thing here. Before Git, there were other version control systems. VCS for short. Other version control systems, which you have, which includes what? RCS, revision control system, concurrent version system, and what? Subversion, whatever, okay? But our interest is in this guy called what? Git, okay? Now, look at what happened as I just tried to capture it pictorially, okay? Try to view that. So this is your local PC, right? So when we think of local, we are thinking of your system. Local refers to your laptop. Now, almost everybody uses that, laptop or desktop, which you own. It is a copy. It is yours. When it resides on your system, it is known as a local repository. Now, don't get confused. Repository is the same thing as, when you hear of repo for short or repository, we are talking about what? Working directory. Working what? Directory. Working directory. Now, this working directory, call it what? Folder. It is a folder. Now, this folder is resident on your system, but you want this folder to be resident on the internet. So we talk about remote repositories, which is resident or available online, such that anybody from any part of the world can take this, copy it, clone whatever, contribute, even can also make requests also to your folder. So this is how your working directory looks like, hierarchical structure, or you call it tree structure. Sorry, I jumped so much. So this is your working directory. It is the tree structure. Fine. Inside this main folder, you have all these folders, right? And you even have some configuration files. Yes or no? Now, you are using Git to control it locally. Once you are done, you push this. Now, I'll be using the word push. You send it to your remote repository, and this becomes alive online. Okay? So I hope you're able to follow. Sorry, I have some network issues, so I'm not able to track the changes on WhatsApp. Okay. So simply, let's start with an example, right? You need to start by installing Git. Okay. So we will go and install this Git now. And after we install this Git, we will check actually, right, whether we have set some privileges. For you, it will not be this. Now look here. Global configuration is this is a command. So the first one we install Git and we initialize a repository. We are going to do that now. It's better explained practically than explained theoretically. And then we set all this, okay? And once we are done, we'll be able to clone a repository. Please look here. You can use this command, git clone, meaning I want to take a copy of this repository. Say somebody's repository which I saw. I take a copy of that. You might say, why do I clone? Why can't I download? So we look at cloning versus downloading, because we are going to do that practically now. Okay, we will create a repository, we clone it, we also try to download it. Now the difference between cloning and downloading is this: when you download, you don't own a part of the program. Simply you took the most recent one as at the time you downloaded. What happens when this developer has made changes, as in this case? Please look here. Okay, so what I did was I downloaded this. So I only downloaded and the connection is over. But when I clone this, it will be residing on my repository, on my remote repository, online on my GitHub, such that any changes made by this developer, okay, he has developed some stuff from his local repository, he pushes it online. Obviously, I will have a copy of that in my repository. I will have a copy of that active what? Of the active code, even his changes. And you will see the reason why I'm emphasizing on this, because when I give you assignments, actually students, my students from MITM, when I give you assignments, I want you to submit only the GitHub link. That's all. Okay? Now from there, I will check and see fine whether you're able to do some stuff. And whenever I push out a code, you should be able to go to my repository, copy that or clone or do whatever you want. And then you can also add to that repository as well. Fine. So we will do some examples now quickly. And then I think with this, let's start with the example. So the first thing, what is the first step? Let's download this. So let me keep a track of what we are doing. So we call it day 6 of our Java stuff. So what is today's date? Today is is it day 6? I have lost track of the Java thing. I think it is day 6 of 22 days of Java. Okay, of Java. So on this day 6, what we have to do now is, we download Git. Okay, so from where? Now you will get a website. The website is www. We search it for actually git.scm.com, something like that. Let's see. Okay, so when you go head straight now to the internet, and then I will just look at this. I'm going to type download Git. Okay, so I'll type what? Download Git, GIT. Press enter. Now please look here. Once I type download Git, it will take me to this website. But look, there is a difference here. When you just say GitHub download, or you say Git download, Git download, okay, I think this takes me to a different stuff. Okay, no, because I have visited it over and over, it will give this. The only thing I want you to pay attention is, pay attention to this. Okay, so this is what I want you to see. Now, how is this different from GitHub? We will see that now. So GitHub, I will show you this. It's what? A kind of a site, a website, in which you use git command to push things, or to add your files online. So in case if you need a definition of a Git, we said it's a version control tool. So you can say, what is Git? What is Git? Ask Google. Even I also ask Google only. Google will say it's a software for tracking changes in any set of file Used what? For coordinating work among programmers, collaboratively developing source code during software development. Why do we need it? It speeds up the stuff, ensures data integrity, removes what? Redundancy, and gives room for what and support for distributed non-linear workflow. Okay, no problem. These are all the reasons why we need it. So having said that, now let's start clean. So I'll click on this. Now if you are a window user, select your OS. So I am a window user. I'm going to see by default it is selected. This is the latest version of Git. So I'm going to do something now. Okay, so I will download it. Now, I think it might prompt me to restart. I believe it should not prompt me, but let's see. So open folder. I have it already, but let me see if it's going to prompt me to restart. I may not want to do that. So click on yes, okay, and then see here, okay. It will tell you this and that. Okay, next. I hope you're able to follow. Allow this next. You cannot continue unless you close other applications, these that are marked closing as required. Okay, please listen. It's telling me to terminate this and telling me terminate that. Okay, so you will not encounter this error message. So in that case, I'm going to cancel the installation. If you run into any problem, please let me know, because Git is open here. I have it already installed. I have done some stuff here. Okay, now after you are done with the installation, please listen. You now go to your command prompt. If I come to command prompt, sorry, my search menu, I will just type GIT. Once I type Git, I'm going to see three things. I see Git bash, I say Git GUI, I say Git, I will see Git CMD. This is the exe file, and you can see your frequently asked questions. I'm interested in Git bash. I will first of all show you Git CMD. I will get back here. So this is Git CMD is running from your command prompt. You may have limited functionalities with this, hence it's highly discouraged. Okay, I discourage you using this. Close this, get back to that again, look for Git, type Git. Now I will show Git GUI. Click on this. Now you see something here. I hope you can see it. Let me maximize the screen. This is what you can see. Create repository, clone repository, open existing repository. I don't want you also to touch this. As an advanced Java programmer, learn how to run from the command prompt. This is also easy. Example, click on this, you type name of the directory. See now repository is called as what? Directory. Okay, or you can browse it or you type the name. No problem, I don't want this. Close this. What I'm interested in is called Git what? Bash. So type that again, Git, and then I'll get this bash. Now this Git bash end opens, please listen, and it has turned my entire desktop into what? It has turned my entire desktop into a Git repository. This is not what I wanted. So I'm going to minimize, I'm going to close this now. My interest is on creating, now I can end this show, no problem. My interest is on creating a what? A working directory. So I have called this MCA Lab 22. Nothing is in it for now. Okay, so what you do, okay, sir, you are doing something we don't know. So I'm going to delete this for now. So I'm going to create a new folder. The new, by the way, folder in Windows is called as directory in whatever does, or developers refer to it as directory. Now what I'm going to call it, I'm going to call it MCA 2022 labs. Okay, fine, enter. Now this, nothing is inside here for now. You can see it also. Nothing is here for now. Okay, yes. So let's first of all initialize this as a Git repository. I hope you are listening. We initialize this as a Git repository. That means I'm going to do one thing now. I am going to open Git in this mode. I'll close this. Please pay attention. Come here now. Open this folder. Inside this folder, I'll right click. Now I'm using Windows 11. That's why I need to click on show more properties. But if you are using Windows 10 or Windows 8.1 or maybe Linux, you should see Git bash here. I'll click on this. Now you see desktop / MCA this one. Okay, so this is what I want to become my repository. First thing I need to do, I need to initialize this, meaning I need to turn this into a local repository. It's running on my computer, right? So I will just type that. I'll say GIT init. That's all I need to do. Press enter. Now it will tell you it has initialized an empty Git repository in C users desktop /this/git. Please listen. If I open this, I will see this.git. But if you do this, you're not going to see this.git. The reason why you will not see it is by default, hidden files are hidden. Please look here. I hide it now. Now look here. I have initialized this as a Git repository, but I cannot see it. So what you do, find your what, wherever the icon or the tab is, and enable you show hidden files. So I'm going to show hidden items. Now I've shown the hidden item, I can see that this is a Git repository. If you are curious enough, why don't you explore and find what is inside this? So I'm zooming this out. So this is the hidden file. Okay. So what I will do is I'm going to download, double click on this. Now you see it initialized something which I don't know. They are called hooks. They are called info. Some objects, something like that will be there. I also don't know what they are called. Some tags, some heads. I don't even know why they are actually there. But this will help you to, help you to know that this is actually a repository, a Git repository. Now, I should have something, right, before I think of pushing it online. So let's say I go and I copy something now quickly. So let me say I go and I copy some files, maybe 22 days of challenge. Please listen, all these things I'm going to delete after a while also. So let me say I just take this and I take some PPT and I also take some code file. Okay, so these three I copied them. Sorry, Control C I should have done. Now I paste them here. Pay attention. Okay, so I have pasted them here now. Okay, so this is what I have. So let me keep things side by side. All right, window L, this is there. Now I need to go to my screen now. I need to start a new, I need to create a new Git account. Now you see I have a Git account, no problem, but many of you that doesn't know, okay, or you are watching it for the first time, you don't know how to create this, you start from the basics. So what is the basics? You have to create a Git account. So to create this now, I'm going to first of all create what? An email ID. So you don't know. Okay, sir, I believe everybody has an email ID. So I'm going to skip that process. But remember, if you ask me to write steps, we have done this, we have initialized that, then the next one will be, we now need to what? Sign in using our what? Email ID. Sign up on Git. Sign up on Git. Okay, on GitHub, please listen, on GitHub using what? Your email credentials. Okay, email credentials. Obviously, you need your username and your password, right? If you don't have this, create one. Create email ID. Create an email ID first, and then sign up. Sign up. So because I really need to introduce you also to the concepts of your servlet programming, I'm going to abstract this level, believing that, yes, you are able to follow. Okay? Now, this is fine. So what I need to do is, I now need to continue with whatever I have done so far. Okay? So let's continue here. Now you know that this is what you've got and that I need to sign up for on what? GitHub now. So what I should do is, I will open this in a new tab because here I don't have anything there. Okay, so here I'm going to type now GitHub. Okay, now here you see here where the word software, whatever, where the word build software. Now two options will be there. Click on this. You see here, please guys, look at this. It says sign up. Now what I will do is I'll maximize this, guys. Sign up. I will sign in with my email ID. I believe everybody knows how to do that. So in case you don't have email ID first, you should create that. Now sign up, click on this. It will prompt you, welcome to GitHub. What is your email? So I will say maybe MCA 2222 at whatever, say at, it will tell that email ID is invalid, it's already taken. Maybe I say MCA 90, okay, 22, whatever is taken, MCA IYKE, it will not be taken only, okay, it's already taken. What is this, right? AGU, okay. Now at invalid email ID at obviously gmail.com, okay, fine. So this is available, all right. So next, continue. Now choose a password. Provided that this email ID is existing, guys, provided that this email ID is existing. So choose a password. Now I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. Enter. Now it says it is weak at hash done. Okay, maybe like I put underscore. Anyway, don't worry, this does not exist. Okay, now it is Tuesday. Now this is strong. Continue. Enter your username. I say Wakanda. Wakanda. Okay, so Wakanda 23, 29. Now it is not available. 29 at hash. Fine. Must only contain that. Okay. So maybe like choose a unique name. Okay. I say IYKE, anything. Fine. This is available. Fine. Now ITKE I typed. Now continue. Type yes if would you like to receive product updates. If you type N, is fine. Now you have to, obviously they'll give me spirals puzzle to solve, another one, and I'm done. Once I'm done now, it is you see this option will be enabled, which says create an account. All right. So I'm creating this account now. Yes, they will send me code to my Gmail. So I'm going to skip this now because yes, this is fine. The code is sent. Now I got the code. So what I will do, I will come back here. Okay. Now I will do what now? Sign in on my GitHub. So once I sign in, guys, please listen. I will get a blank repository. I will get a blank GitHub account with no repository. Did you see popular repositories? That I created 14 repositories. Even with some of them, that doesn't even make sense actually, okay? Some of them I was just trying out some stuff. I'm going to delete all these repositories soon, okay? So like this, which I call test or something like that, is not making sense, okay? Some repository is there, okay? So many of these things doesn't make sense, just some random stuff, some blah blah blah, something like that I just added, okay? So for now, let it be. For you, you will not see anything. Hence, what will be the first step? Please listen. So far, what have you done? You have created a local repository called what? MCA Lab 21. You have initialized that repository, right? And you can see it is here. You've added files, which includes document file, presentation file, even what also, sorry, I went and I opened that, and even what also program file. So you're working on this Python code, no problem. And you now want all your teammates to have access to whatever you have here, so that when they do any updates, or when you do any update, it gets reflected in their system as well, online, okay, no problem. So that means that I need to create what I call what? A remote repository. So let's get back here now and create that remote repository. So far, this is what we have, okay? Now, this is what we have, and then this is also what we got here. Fine. Now you see, I'll maximize this for now. You see this option, ensure. Okay, by default, obviously it will point you here. Okay, it will point you here. Once you sign in, I will get to this. Okay, I will be on this one, the overview. Now you click on these this drop down arrow or this plus sign. Once I click on this drop down arrow, did you see this option? It says create, it says new repository, right? So let me call it now, this repository I'm going to maintain. Okay, I'll call it MCA lab 2022. Okay, now it says, please look here, it says this repository will be created because it does not accept spaces. It will be created with dash in between. Okay, MCA lab 2022. No problem. Now press enter. Okay, now once I click enter, it's created. Please pay attention, and it has returned something to me now. Did you see this? Quick step if you've done this kind of thing before. Now I need to point this file or this folder, sorry. So I'll close other things so that you only focus on one. Which folder? I need to point this MCA folder now, whatever I have here. I need to take it from the remote, from the local, and push it online, which becomes remote. Okay, so that means I need to do quick step now. Yes, I created this without adding a readme file, no problem. But it says first thing initialize, which I have done. You can add readme file dot metadata, no problem. I can do this later. Now perform some stuff. Okay, no doubt. I will create this and then I'll add readme file later. Okay. Now what I have to do, I need to do this, right? So I should copy this link. I will just click on this small icon which says copy. I copied that. Now pay attention. But since I have copied that now, I am going to get an error because I need to link this first before I point it to the repository that is online. Hence, what I should do, I need to check for you. Please do a quick check. I maximize this screen. I keep it side by side for now. Okay, so please look here. Do a quick check. Do a quick check here by typing git config list. Okay, I need the configuration list, config -list. So once I type this now, please listen. For you, you will not have this global configuration. Please listen. You will not see this. Pay attention to this. User.name and user.email. Can you see these two? That means I have actually set up a Git whatever repository on this machine. Obviously, remember, I did not uninstall this. I did not uninstall the Git app, right? Fine. So for you, you will not get this. Hence, you need to first of all link this up. Okay. A quick thing you can do is to check actually what you have in your repository. So if I do git status on my local repository, I know that all these things are there. Look here, they are in red. It says, look here, on tract, no on branch master. I'm working on my master branch. Now, for now, I don't want to tell you how you manage, create branches and stuff because you may never use it. Okay, as the class gets advanced, you may actually will teach you all these things. But for now, what you need to do is to submit your assignment, keep track of it, be able to clone a repository, be able to contribute to an open source project, right? Easy. So since that is the case, then I need to add these files. Okay, on branch, nothing, whatever is there, and things like that. Let me do this now and see. So first thing I will do is, if you click on, say, maybe git commit these changes, obviously it will not work. Let's try something before we commit changes. It's telling you, please look here on tract files, use git add to including what will be committed. So before I commit, I should add. Let's do that. So I will say GIT. Now if I say add, I have to specify each of the file names. But I want to add all the files at the same time. Let's say I have 50 files, folders, whatever, subfolders also. I'll just say git add space dot space. Press enter. Now it will add everything. How do I know? Type git status. GIT status. Now once I type now, did you see it has changed from red and it becomes now and it became green. So it was red initially, now it has become green. Okay, that means fine. Now it's telling me now changes to be committed now, no more adding. So but before that, I need to set my global configuration. I hope you're able to follow. To set my global configuration, the syntax or the command is git, okay, git config, config. Okay, now I'm configuring global, okay, global, so that it remains there. I don't need to type this every time, every now and then. User.name. What is my username? Obviously, in case you don't know, please listen. In case you don't know your username, go back to your GitHub, maximize this, please look here. Get back to this, okay? I'll open this in a new tab. I will have this, okay? So you see your profile, look at your profile name. You can actually see it here. Now, what is the email? Which is almost a common mistake most of us make. So you might have created 4 or 5 GitHub accounts. Know which one you are talking to. Come here, this is my email. Fine? So I have established this. Now I will minimize this and I'll continue. Okay? So here, What I need to do now, I say, okay, fine. Global.name is Victor Ikechukwu Agurasi, anything. Okay, so this is config using what config? I'm setting the global configuration file. Fine. Press enter. This is done. I need to configure what now? Email. So it's called global user dot what? Email. Okay. So my email was I saw it right. Victor dot what? Softwaretech, right? At gmail.com. So I'm going to type the same thing. Okay. So not same thing, I mean the email ID which I saw there, right? Otherwise, if you are confused, you just copy and paste. Fine. So I will just go there and copy and paste it to avoid confusion. So what I did was I came here, I went on settings, I clicked on new tab, okay, and I went on this email, whatever menu, whatever email tab. Then I clicked on that. I'm going to select this now. Fine. Now I will paste it here. This still works. Paste it. Fine. And I press enter. Okay. User.email. Done. Now, when I now go and check, so if you have done this now, you can now say git config list. Okay, so once I click on this now, it should be you should be able to see this now, and you have seen your username, global username, and your global. What I need to do, I need to add all these commands now. Please listen. I'll put them side by side so that you understand what I'm doing. Now, what is it that I need to do? Please look here. This is done, right? So let me commit all my stuff now, right? I need to commit it. So I'm going to say git commit. Please look here. -m stands for message. So I did not add readme file. I'll add it later. So I'll say git. Now commit. Now I'll say -m is message. So I can say my first commit. Obviously, I can say that's my first commit. If I add, I said feast. I'm not fighting with you. commit. Okay, done. Now I press enter. Now, so it says 3 files, whatever, committed or something like that. Now you can actually check actually. So you say git git status, okay? I say GIT status, okay? Now you see here, it's now telling you on branch master, nothing to commit, working tree is clean. Initially, it showed you here, right? That some no commit here, changes to be committed. So this has changed from changes to be committed now to what? Nothing to commit. Fine? So now you have actually committed that now. I now need to do what next now? I now need to move to the branch, whatever, but I'm already on the branch master. Now I need to add this now, right? This one. That means I need to talk to this guy. So I copied the same thing here. But what should I say? Git remote. So you can actually type this remote what? Git what remote. You will not see anything here. Nothing. But after I add this comment now, and when I type git remote, it will show me what origin. So let me just type this now, git remote. That means I'm moving from local repository to my what git repository. So to my what remote repository. That means from the local system to what is going to be on the GitHub. Fine. So remember I copied this. This was what I copied. Okay, guys. Now git remote, I'll say add. Okay, come back here. I'll say add origin or RIGIN. Now I'm going to paste the link. So this is the link. So this is the link. Okay, shift insert. Okay, so copy the whole thing here. From here only, I copy it. Okay, so instead of typing one after the other, I'll just type this here, and then I'll paste this guy here. Now it should work. Okay, done. Okay, so this works. Okay, now keep it by the side again, and then you come back here. So what is left now? You now have to push this. But before we push, please listen. This is ready to commit all the changes to the repository. Let's come back here. Let me maximize it and show you. Okay, so I can go inside this lab now, and I'll see git push u origin master. Okay, this is what we have to do now, the last command. Okay, this one is what we have to do. Before that, I copied that, right? So let's come here and check. Inside this MCA, it will be in repositories. Okay, the latest one, MCA, open this. Nothing is here, guys. Nothing is here for now. Okay, once I add, you will see all the files come here now and get populated. So let's do that quickly. Okay, sorry. All right, so we do that now. So we will go and now type the last command. Okay. So here I paste this guy. Now, sorry, I think some extra whatever is being copied. Okay. So I will just say git push, maximize this so that you see what I'm doing. GIT push, fine. Now it says dash u, now ORIGIN. Now please listen, and mine is called master, not main. Okay, done. Now look here, okay, it will push everything. Now look here, it says enumerating objects done, this done, data compression done, whatever done. You wait until everything is done. Okay, fine. So done. Yes, actually, thank you so much. Yes, I have copied men, actually. I think, yes. So I copied them. Now it's working, okay? So now I have done this. So what will you do now? You can actually, if you type now git remote, you should be able to see that you are origin, okay? So it will display origin, no doubt about it. Now I'll minimize this now. I'll get back here, okay? And let's refresh this guy. Okay, now you see, whatever that was on my local system, guys, I hope you're able to see that. It is here now. Whatever that was on my local system, I have seen it here. So two things you can do. It asks you to add a README file, right? Yes. So you can add that README file now. You are done. You can actually add it from here also, no problem. Okay. Help people that are interested in your repository to understand your project by adding this. So we have done this, right? Now you can actually add a readme file. Please listen. So I'll call it readme whatever. Now I'm going to type something here. I'll say hello viewers. So now you might say, okay, fine. See here. Look at this, guys. Commit to direct my method directly, or you can create a new branch. Let's commit. Please listen. It is yours only for now. Now you see, you get this. This is the heading. Hello viewers, this people contains something. And you see by default, this language gets popped up. It is Python, obviously. I should have added Java file, right? So it will look for what? This is the beauty of it. So if I add another Java file now, it says, okay, 50-50, one Java and one of that, okay? Now this is done. What can you do? Okay, you can actually clone this now. If you are the geek type, you can actually clone this. Just copy this and append git clone in front of it. So you come back here, you say, just type here, GIT CLONE, then you paste that guy, right? The URL. Fine, enter. Now this has cloned it into what? MCA lab whatever. Why will you do this? Obviously, it says, okay, I'm taking whatever is online and I'm putting it into a Git repository, right? Which is what I'm working on. So if I go down now, I will see here. If I go here, I will see I have it. And please look here, guys. This was 1, 2, 3 was what I uploaded, right? And this was what was cloned. Look here, including the readme. Did you get that, guys? So I cloned this into this. So whatever I'm doing, so this is there, no problem. Otherwise, what most of you are interested in is just to download this, right? I mean, why do you need to clone it? So obviously, you might just download it. Or two things. If it is mine and I want you to star this, you can star my repository. I can also star mine, no problem. Or you can, for you, this option will be enabled. It says you cannot fork this because it is your own repository. You own this repository, right? And you are not a member of any working group or something. So I cannot take my own also and make it my own, right? It is mine only. Fine. So you might do this also. Click on this and then download this. If you want to feel geeky about it, you can use SSH or you use this one, no problem. Two options, what we normally do, you open in GitHub desktop. Okay, don't do this for now. Or you just download the zip. Fine. So I am showing you this, I downloaded the zip. Now this is done, okay? In case if you have any doubts, you meet me in the college tomorrow, so we discuss that. Now, what are we doing? So I need to introduce you now to the concept of your servlet. So I want to keep this video only for Git and trying to troubleshoot it and trying to get some stuff, okay? Tomorrow, obviously, after the lab session, I will also complete all we did in the lab online. So tomorrow, I will be completing first lab program, second lab program, third lab program, and possibly the fourth lab programs, okay? So this is all about setting the directory, getting your stuff up and running, and then doing some commits and then downloading and some stuff. Now, don't think about branches for now, okay? Because I know many of you might not even use this, okay? On this note, I want to thank you guys for tuning in again. And like I said, I don't want to keep you for so long, and I don't want to make the class confusing by adding so many things into it. Okay, so this is purely setting up the environment and then making sure you have this concept of version control, whatever. And tomorrow, obviously, we will do our lab programs, setting up the configuration files, doing everything, writing our first servlet program, and working on